right, welcome back to the Built to Grow podcast. I'm your host, Tim Lyons, in studio, episode number 300 and joined by Randy Angston. What's up, buddy?
How are you doing?
Doing great, man. You know what's funny? We were talking to by the way, guys, if you ever need a podcast editing service, Legacy Podcasting, our buddy Ryan Helms, we'll put the link down in the show notes, a little affiliate link.
They will put the affiliate link in the show notes.
Correct. They will. We were talking to them, and he was like, on average, how many episodes does a podcast get off the ground before they call it quits? And it was 7 episodes, and
I think we've done 361 or so beyond that already.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And that just says, that's a thank you to you for giving us great feedback, guys. If you like what you're hearing, if you've been a long time listener or even a short time listener, give us a quick review, guys. We don't really ask for that a whole bunch, and I think we should. We got a couple of great reviews that just came in. That just kind of reminded me, like, hey, we should probably ask if you're getting some value from these shows, if you enjoy what you're hearing, if you've done anything that we've kind of mentioned on the show and you've seen success, drop us a little review there on Apple, right? That's
Apple's ideal. Yeah, that's kind of still the number one platform there.
Okay.
Yep.
Or whatever one that
whatever one you're using. I mean, ultimately the idea here is that we can, help more gym owners. So if there's someone, if you have another gym owner that you could share it with, even better.
Yeah, we don't have sponsors, do we?
We're here now. Other than when we do something ourselves, but
or there's a whiskey somebody drops.
A whiskey. Somebody wants to.
So what's our show about today, brother?
So we've been talking with a number of coaching clients, a couple prospects, and there is a very, very kind of line in the sand when it comes to the business models that certain individuals go for, or the position that they take in business. And so over the years, we've talked about, like, there's riches in the niches type of thing. And when you bring a single solution and a very clear deliverable to the marketplace, people know what you provide, and they come to you because you're the expert at X, right? And so the difference between being an expert at something and being an order taker. And there's kind of two halves to the reason I want to talk about this one today, because when it comes to what you provide to the marketplace, do you want to be that general practitioner, or do you want to be the neurosurgeon? I would much rather, we've kind of built our whole belief around, being that neurosurgeon. You're an expert, a tactician at one thing and one thing only, and people they value that expertise, and they're willing to pay you more for that. You need a lot less. It's I need 4 quarters to make $1 as opposed to 10 dimes. You can work with fewer people, charge a little bit more, and provide a little bit more of that premium service to a specific group of people, as opposed to the I don't even want to say like a big box model-esque, right? Where like your job is catering to any fitness needs that somebody may have. Right. You don't have the authority at that point to take things as deep, I think, in a specific problem, because again, you're like the general practitioner. You know a lot about or you know a little about a lot, but you might not know a lot about one specific thing. And so that was the first half, and obviously being very clear at what you bring to the marketplace. But then also, once that person's sitting in front of you in the sales consultation itself, making sure that you're maintaining the frame of that conversation. It's different coming into, or it should be different sitting down with you in a consultation than it is walking into a Burger King and trying to order something, right? That person, you've got 85,000 options.
Extra pickles.
The pickles. Tim wants it his way.
Yeah.
The little Dane Cook reference there.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. I hope I remember what I was talking about. Like, you got 1,000 options over here at Burger King, and their job is to ask you what you'd like, right? Because they're not in a position of authority. You are the person in authority. Right. You have all the information. They're the one taking your order. When somebody comes in for a sales consultation, our job is not to be an order taker, it's to be the expert. They're coming to us because they have a need in something that we provide. They have they're looking for the solution that we are the experts on. And so when they're coming to us and they're talking about their challenges and the struggle, we shouldn't be sitting here and saying, okay, which one of our services do you think is right for you?
Right.
We need to be the person that's saying, okay, based on what we just discovered and discussed, this is what I feel is your best solution for your needs.
Yep.
And that's putting you as in that keeping you in that position of the expert and the authoritative figure that gives you power and in a sales consultation.
Well, the honest truth is the consumer wants that, right? They want
that's why they're there.
They want you to tell them what they should do to get the result. And if you just hand that over, that authority, which we call the frame, back to the consumer, you're at risk. If you ask them, hey, well, which one of these looks best for you? They're going to think about it and they'll probably walk out the door because you didn't say, Mrs. Johnson, based on everything you told me, I recommend that we see you 3 times a week and we're going to do strength training. And here's why. And you basically told me this, and this. Here's how we're going to approach that with this, and this. How's that sound? Versus we have twice a week, 3 times a week, or unlimited. Which one do you want to do? Right?
You got nutrition. We got no nutrition. We've got here's 15 different options. How is Mrs. Johnson sitting across from us supposed to know which one's right for what she needs? Yeah. If she knew that, guys, she wouldn't be in front of you asking the damn question.
Right.
She'd have the results she's looking for.
Sure.
She needs you to guide her to those answers, and that is putting you back in the driver's seat, putting you back in control, and then from there forward. She's going to listen when the coaching's coming down the queue, right? She's going to follow the instruction a little bit more because she's failed in the past or hasn't had this opportunity before. You've created that trust. These results are going to come this time because they've told me that this is the path for what it's going to take to get there. And now she's going to follow that path, or more inclined to.
And as she's walked through your gym, she sees 25 other people that look just like her.
Yes.
This tells her that this is the right place for me. And you're going to make a lot more sales doing this, guys. I mean, I've been in that.
You have a whole business. You have a 7-figure business built on basically one clientele, one level of service, one. And
it's funny because we have this levels board for our Perkville, right? Where we have our levels. And if we look at the pictures of all the people, they all look like the same person. Like we definitely have an avatar here. And I'll point to like 6 people, they all look the same, right? Which is great, right? We attract this type of clientele. They live in this area, they can afford our services. This is what they enjoy. They're here for the long term. And that's where we're kind of putting our flag in the ground. This is what we want, right? And so when we switch up marketing every so often and we start bringing in a different type of clientele, we know right away this isn't going to work.
Correct.
So we quickly know, like if we're working with our buddy Matt and his guys are running marketing, we start seeing the people showing up and it's like, we'll talk to them, but 9 times out of 10, there's not a good fit. They can't afford it. They live too far, whatever it is, or they just, they don't see other people like them here, or whatever it is.
I mean, it's
maybe
even
they're
down,
younger,
And guys, it's not just it's the furthest thing from like the color of their skin and all of those types of things. We're talking age group, demographic, as far as like their affluence, which is a factor in selling your goods and services. Mm-hmm. Characteristics on even stuff that like the clothes they choose, right? The brands they follow, the cars they drive. These are characteristics of that avatar client. Mm-hmm. Those are the things that the picture that we paint, right? And so it's not like what's that game where you used to flip the people down? Does he have glasses and dark hair?
Alexander plays that way all the time.
You know what I mean? It's not like the people there's probably some of those characteristics, but it's more of like a profile of like, buying types, interests, all of those types of things.
Types of jobs.
And if that's not something you've done in your business, because this is one of the things I had the conversation last week with a gym owner, or he's a gym owner. We're not working together yet, but he said, same thing. I go, what is your avatar client? And goes, well, I work with, people from 20 to 65. We're already wrong. Like, if I asked you, what is the average of 20 to 40? You're not going to give me 5 different numbers. You're going to give me one, right? That's the exact thing with an avatar. You have one avatar client that we're focused on here. What is that avatar client? Walk to your training floor. Take the average of the 5 people in front of you. What are their interests? What kind of cars do they drive? What is their annual salary or income?
Household income. Are they married? Have kids? College educated?
All of these
kind
things.
Of positions,
exactly.
C-level, medical, attorneys. It just that's just what it is.
But those commonalities. It's marketing at its that's the core of anything that you do with marketing. Anything you do is you need to know who your clientele are and who you're going to sell to. And in this business, it's not everybody. And if your answer is everybody, you're doing it wrong.
You know, it's so funny. We're so niched here. We have a big medical community here. There was at one point where we had an eye guy, a lung guy, a friggin' heart surgeon, a spine specialist. There was every body part was covered. We're good.
Your body's good. Yeah. God forbid, nobody's going down in the gym.
Yeah, we're good here. We've got every doctor, every body part covered, right?
Yeah.
And again, it has a lot to do with the area you're in. And I know not everybody's, living in this, the demographics that we are, and that's fine. There's plenty of people, gym owners we work with, operating their business in small towns, charging $300, $400, $500. I just look at David Bender, for example.
Yeah.
He's in a small town. We did a radius around his, Alec Lieberman up in
Portsmouth,
New Hampshire. We do a 3 mile radius. He's half in the ocean, and he's got 5,000 people.
Yeah.
He's doing great, right? So it's like, it doesn't matter where you're at. It's just what you attract to there's people around you that would fit, right?
Absolutely.
You only need a few hundred of those people, right? And so having all of this on the table and having all these prices and all these things, and you just, you don't want to be an order taker is the point of this episode. You want to be the authority, the person that they're coming for the solution. They're coming to you for the solution, and you need to be so confident in your product that if you train with us 3 days a week and follow this plan, you will get the results that you want, Mrs. Johnson. I'm so confident. Let's go ahead and get you signed up today.
Exactly. Yeah, you're controlling that frame. And to Tim's point, it's not like a dirty sales tactic. We're not selling something that somebody doesn't tell us they want. That's the best point, is they're giving us all of the information. We're relaying it back to them. We're giving them the confidence because we truly believe that this is the solution for that person's needs. Mm-hmm. And now we're doing, we're doing it a justice. This is exactly the way that the situation should go from both parties. And it removes all of the friction, the garbage, the struggle, it's a great relationship from the start. And the beautiful thing is you've controlled the opportunity as opposed to sitting there hoping, and hope's not a strategy.
So go take the power back like Rage Against the Machine and close more deals. I know Nick's over there. Yeah, Rage. All right. So is that good? Are we good on this episode?
Yeah, I think we're there.
All right. Awesome. Go join our Facebook group if you haven't already, Business Talk with Fitness Professionals, and drop a review if you would. Please drop us a review. A good one.
Yeah, I'd love that.
That's it for this episode, guys. Until next time, keep changing lives. We'll see you on the next show. Bye. All right. And thank you for listening to that episode of the Built to Grow podcast, where we help gym owners win. Now, do you want to connect with me and other gym owners online? All you need to do is join our private Facebook group, Business Talk with Fitness Professionals. Just head on over to Facebook and type in Business Talk with Fitness Professionals. And when you do, we're going to give you our 10 marketing strategies 7-figure gym owners use to win. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Until then, keep building something great.